Have you ever wondered why some people walk into a room and instantly pull all the attention, no matter their age? They're not the youngest. They're not always the most attractive by society standards. But there's something about them. The way they move, the way they glow. People lean in, conversations pause. Even in relationships, they keep that sparkle alive effortlessly, while others fade. They ignite. Meanwhile, there are folks out here who try everything: expensive creams, crash diets, filters, and still feel invisible. You ever been there? You're doing all the right things, but you look in the mirror and something feels. Ugh, something's missing. That spark. Here's the truth. Looking ageless, staying attractive, and being magnetic in love has less to do with your DNA and more to do with your daily habits. You've been lied to. And in this video, I'm going to break it all down for you. Subtle, powerful habits that don't just change how others see you, they change how you see yourself. One of these habits flipped my own relationships, recharged my energy, and honestly made me feel alive again. So stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll understand exactly what makes someone truly ageless in their body, their presence, and their soul. All right, so let's talk about the first surprising habit that keeps people looking ageless. Protecting your peace life is your most valuable asset. Because here's the thing, stress ages you faster than time ever could. And I've been there, man. I've carried the weight of expectations, the noise of opinions, and the pressure to always perform. But I had to learn the hard way that peace isn't passive, it's a practice. You don't just stumble into calm. You're choosing. Your body responds to your inner world. Constant stress floods your system with cortisol, tightens your face, drains your glow. But when you learn to say no to chaos and yes to boundaries, something changes in you. You get this inner stillness, and it shows up in your eyes, your skin, your walk. That's why some folks look younger. They're not running from the world. They've just mastered how to protect their energy. The second habit is about movement, and no, it doesn't mean you got alive in the gym. It means you treat your body like it's a blessing, not a burden. Movement is medicine. Stretch, walk, dance in the living room. Just move. Your joints will thank you. Your skin will thank you. Your mind will become clearer. Looking younger than your age starts with honoring your body as the machine that carries your spirit. If it breaks down, everything else falls apart. Keep it tuned up. But here's what most people miss. The third habit is the one that silently shapes everything: staying curious. Yep, curiosity is youth. The moment you stop learning, the moment you stop asking what if, is the moment you start changing from the inside. I make it a habit to read, to listen, to ask questions like I'm still new to this life. And I'm telling you, the people who look ageless, they got this fire in their eyes. That's not surgery, that's spirit. That's personal growth. The more you grow, the more you glow. See, this isn't just about looking good, it's about living well. It's about cultivating a healthy lifestyle that supports your purpose. I know people who work out like beasts, eat perfect, and still look older than their age. Why? Because they're bitter, because they hold on to grudges, they complain more than they laugh, and they don't let joy flow. That brings me to the fourth habit: forgiveness. You want to look younger, let go of what's weighing you down emotionally. Bitterness builds tension, and tension sits in your face, your shoulders, your posture. But when you forgive, whether it's others or yourself, you literally free your body from holding on to pain. That's where the real freedom lives. Now let's zoom in on habit number 5, and this one's personal. Speak life over yourself. You ever heard someone constantly say, I'm old, I'm tired, I'm falling apart? Listen, your words become your reality. Your cells are listening. I make it a habit to speak youth into my day. I look in the mirror and say, you're strong, you're vibrant, you've got energy today. And some people might call that silly, but I call it programming. You can either talk yourself into decay or talk yourself into destiny. Choose wisely. And here's something real after a couple decades in this business. I've watched people age overnight, not because of their birthdays, but because of their beliefs. They stopped dreaming. They got caught in cycles of routine and forgot how to feel alive. That brings me to habit 6 adventure. Don't underestimate what a change of scenery can do for your spirit. Travel, try something new, getting comfortable. That's where youth hides in newness, in risk, in wonder. Now, around this point, I know some folks watching are probably wondering, is it too late for me? And I want to stop you right there. It is never too late. The 7th habit is the most powerful faith. Not just in something higher, but faith in yourself. Faith that your best days aren't behind you. Faith that your smile still matters, your body still wants to heal, and your soul still wants to dance. I pray, I meditate, I connect with something greater than me every single day. That keeps me grounded, humble, and aligned. And I've seen it work for people you wouldn't believe. I remember meeting a man once, gray hair, weathered hands, deep laugh lines, and you'd think he was slowing down. But no, this man had more energy, more presence, and more light than people half his age. When I asked his secret, he told me I start every day with gratitude, a brisk walk, and reminding myself that I'm still needed. That hit me, because purpose, that's what keeps us ageless. These aren't just habits, they're choices, daily decisions, and you don't have to do them all perfectly. Just start where you are. One small change creates a ripple, and that ripple becomes your new story. Now here's where it gets even deeper, because once you know these habits, the real challenge is sticking with them. Let me tell you from personal experience, looking ageless isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. That's the silent secret most people overlook. See, discipline might not be sexy, but it is transformational. Then you consistently show up for yourself. Even when no one's watching, the results are undeniable. That's when people start asking you, what's your secret? And you just smile because you know it's little things stacked up over time. Let's go back for a second. I remember in my 30s, I used to think youth was a moment you either had it or you didn't. But now I see it's a mindset, a rhythm, a way of treating yourself. There are folks out here in their 50s, 60s, even 70s who look younger than your age because they've trained their mind to stay open, grateful, and engaged. They're not chasing the fountain of youth, they became the fountain. Take this woman I met on a film set. She worked behind the scenes, sharp, graceful, full of energy. One day, someone joked about her outworking the younger crew, and she laughed and said, "Youth is wasted on the young until you learn how to earn it back." That's stuck with me because personal growth gives you back your light. When you learn to evolve on the inside, your outside responds naturally. Let's talk about something else people ignore: your environment. Do you want to stay youthful? Audit your circle. That's another surprising habit that people overlook. Some of y'all look tired and worn not because of age, but because of draining relationships. Listen, I had to cut ties with people who celebrated my past but feared my future. If someone can't grow with you, they'll start to resent you. And resentment is contagious. You keep that around, and it starts showing on your face, in your spirit, and how you carry yourself. This is why I always say, don't just chase a healthy lifestyle, build a healthy environment. You can eat clean, sleep right, hit the gym, but if your mind is trapped in toxic energy, it will age you fast. And that's why I'm intentional with who I let close. Protecting your peace isn't just emotional, it's physical. Your glow depends on it. And now let me go even further on this. You ever notice how people who serve others seem to radiate something different? That's not just coincidence. That's purpose at work. When you shift from being self-focused to contribution-driven, you create meaning, and meaning gives you momentum. That's why I always talk about legacy, because when you're working towards something bigger than you, your body knows it has to stick around. That sense of mission, it keeps you alive in more ways than one. That's why gratitude isn't just a mood booster, it's a healing practice. There was a season in my life when things looked good on paper, but I felt hollow inside. It wasn't until I started writing down 3 things I was grateful for every morning, 3 simple things, that my whole spirit started to shift. Your brain begins to look for light when you train it to. That light over time becomes part of your identity. And that identity, that attitude, becomes your energy, and energy is what people see before they see your face. Aging gracefully is not about resisting time. It's about riding time with wisdom, with intention. It's dancing with time, not fighting it. And people feel that when you walk in a room. They see it in your eyes. That's something no cream or surgery can fake. That's the power of alignment. Now let's get real. Some people spend their whole lives looking for the one big breakthrough, the one habit that changes everything. But what if I told you it's not about the one, it's about the many done daily? It's the water you drink, the breath you take, the thought you choose, the time you take to stretch instead of scroll. It's the way you look in the mirror and decide to speak life instead of criticism. It's not magic, it's math. It adds up. You want to look younger? Then live better, love deeper, rest with purpose, move like it matters, speak with light, think like growth is your only option. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this to impress you. I'm saying this because I've lived both sides. The stress, the burnout, the insecurity, I'm in the shift. And once I started paying attention to my soul as much as my schedule, everything changed. Because when your soul feels safe, your body reflects it. Your skin gets softer, your voice gets smoother, your energy feels richer. Let me say this, when you truly believe you're worthy of joy, your body aligns with that belief. And that's what makes people pause when they see you. Not because of what you're wearing or how fit you are, but because you carry a calm that only comes from inner freedom. So don't underestimate the power of small things done well. That's the message here. These 7 surprising habits aren't about trends, they're about timeless principles. You follow them, and over time, you'll not only look ageless, you'll feel it in your bones. By now, if you're still here, I know something about you. You're serious about becoming better, not just looking better. That right there puts you ahead of the game, because most people don't listen this long. They scroll, they skim, they dip out before the truth even has a chance to hit. But not you. You're here because something in your spirit wants more. And that's where real change begins. Let's keep going deeper. Here's another surprising habit that will keep you looking ageless: intentional stillness. I'm not talking about sleep. I'm not talking about owning out with the TV remote. I mean real silence where you get still enough to hear yourself think. Still enough to feel your emotions and not run from them. See, we live in a culture that glorifies business ends, and that rush ages people more than time ever will. Rushing is the enemy of reflection. And without reflection, there is no personal growth. One of the biggest changes I ever made in my life was learning to pause. Just pause. No music, no phone, no pressure to be on. That silence, that space, it healed me. You want to look younger? Spend time with yourself in peace. Because aging isn't just what you see in the mirror, it's what happens when you stop evolving inside. That's what hardens you. That's what makes you bitter. That's what weighs you down. And you can't glow from under that weight. Now let's hit another one, a habit that shocked me when I finally started doing it: laughter. Not the fake smile you give at meetings or the polite laugh at jokes you don't care about. I'm talking about real, belly-grabbing, eye-watering joy. The kind of laughter that reminds yourselves that life is still good. Laughter youth's best kept secret. I'm telling you, when you start laughing more, you start healing more. Because laughter tells your nervous system, we are safe. We are alive. We are still light. I remember working on a movie overseas in a place where I didn't even speak the language. But laughter, it translated. It connected us, and it hit me some of the most ageless people in this world are rich. They're not famous, they just refuse to stop enjoying life. You want to look good for real? Then don't just take care of your skin, take care of your spirit, Now here's something wild. Science is finally catching up with what our grandparents knew all along. How you speak to yourself affects how you age. That internal voice is sculpting your body. If you're constantly calling yourself tired, old, or unattractive, your body listens. It adjusts. You begin to slump. Your energy fades. Your face carries an emotional weight. Flip it. I started saying this phrase to myself a few years ago. Every single morning today, I'm choosing light. I'm choosing youth. I'm choosing joy. And you know what happened? I started carrying myself differently. That's not a gimmick. That's alignment. That's rewiring your brain. Words are fuel, and too many people are running on fumes of negativity and wondering why they feel so worn. Let's take a moment to look at a few people you might not expect. There's a man I know who runs marathons in his 70s. No flashy health products. No special treatments. Just consistency. Every day he gets up, stretches, prays, drinks water, and walks in silence before the sun rises. And he looks like he could be in his 40s. Why? Because he honored the basics. Because he built a rhythm of healthy lifestyle that aligns with his spiritual awakening. Another woman I met during a motivational talk, she told me her secret was dancing in the kitchen every morning. No audience, just music, her bare feet, and a commitment to start her day with movement and gratitude. That kind of self-celebration, that's magic. That's how you stay light. That's how you age gracefully, by celebrating life before it gives you permission to. These people aren't perfect, but they chose a path. That's what I need you to understand. The people who look and feel younger didn't stumble into it. They weren't lucky. They were intentional. And if they could do it with less money, fewer followers, less opportunity, then what's stopping you? I need to say this before we move on. Comparison is poison. Stop looking at celebrities or filtered pictures and thinking they've got something you don't. The truth is, most people are just covering their struggle with a pretty mask. But when you do the internal work, when you commit to these surprising habits, you'll shine without the filter. And that shine, it's permanent. And finally, this one might sound strange, but trust me, learn something new every year. It could be a language, an instrument, a sport, a new recipe, whatever. The brain is like a muscle. You want it to stay young. You gotta challenge it. You gotta spark curiosity. That childlike hunger to explore is one of the deepest secrets to looking ageless. Because when the mind grows, the soul stretches. And when the soul stretches, the body follows. You don't need to chase youth, you need to unlock it. And it's already in you. Every time you choose peace over pressure, joy over judgment, growth over gossip. That's how you win. That's how you age backwards. I want you to slow down for a second and just breathe with me. In doubt, because what we're doing here, it ain't just motivation, it's transformation. And sometimes you gotta let truth settle in before you can step into it. So let's unpack this last habit together. This one's deep, it's personal, and it's probably the most misunderstood. Let go of unresolved resentment. That one hits, don't it? Because you've been carrying things that your skin can feel, your heart can feel, your bones can feel even when your lips don't speak it. Resentment is an invisible agent. You can eat the cleanest foods, drink the purest water, and hit the gym 6 days a week. But if your spirit is holding on to bitterness, anger, and betrayal, it'll show on your face. It'll weigh down your body. It'll steal years from you. You ever seen someone who looks older than they are? Not because of time, but because of pain they never let go of. That's what I'm talking about. You want to look younger than your age? Then free yourself from what's been aging you from the inside out. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's liberation. And you don't forgive for them, they forgive for you, because your energy is too expensive to rent out to people who broke you and walked away. I had to learn this lesson the hard way. There were times I was smiling for the world, winning awards, doing blockbuster movies, and on the inside, I was stuck in grudges that kept me from real peace. But when I made peace with my past, when I decided to stop dragging old pain into new seasons, that's when I started glowing different. And I mean that literally. My body changed. My sleep improved. My laugh came back. You know what's youthful? Peace. Peace of mind is better than Botox. And gratitude is a facelift for your soul. Now, let me give you something practical because none of this works unless you act on it. Here's a little challenge I set for myself. You can do this too. Each morning for the next 7 days, before you check your phone, before you scroll the world, speak these words out loud. I am not my past. I release what no longer serves me. I honor this body. I honor this day. I choose light. I choose joy. That little ritual, it rewires your mind. And when your mind shifts, your habits follow. Your posture shifts. Your eyes light up. You start aging backward because you're no longer living from a place of pain. You're living from a place of power. Let's do a quick recap of everything we've touched. These are the 7 surprising habits that keep you looking ageless. Start your morning with silence, not screens. Build a powerful hydration ritual. Choose nutrient-rich foods that love your body back. Move daily joyfully, not out of shame. Embrace real laughter as a daily practice. Speak to yourself like someone you love. Forgive and free yourself from bitterness. Now listen, this ain't about chasing perfection. That's not how aging gracefully works. It's about making choices that align with who you want to become. And every one of these habits is a daily decision. You don't need to flip your life overnight. You just need to start stacking the right moments. One moment of healing. One moment of stillness. One breath of gratitude. That's how you do it. Let me drop one final gem on you. The people who defy age, the ones who walk into a room and light it up, they don't do it because they're trying to look younger. They do it because they're fully present. When you are truly alive in this moment, when you stop looking backward with regret and stop looking forward with fear, your body relaxes. Your face softens. Your eyes glow. That's what youth really is. Youth is not a number. Youth is presence. Youth is curiosity. Youth is energy that can't be faked. So stop waiting for some future day where you'll have time to care for yourself. That day is now. That future starts with this choice. Right here, right now. You don't need more money, more time, or more approval. You need one bold decision to treat your mind, your body, and your spirit like they matter. Because they do. You've got everything it takes to look younger than your age. You've got the heart. You've got the mind. And you got the will. So let's stop surviving and start glowing. Let's stop hiding our light and start honoring it. Because the world don't need another mask. The world needs you fully alive, fully radiant, fully free, And if this hits something deep inside of you, then don't let it end here. Keep walking this journey with us. We are Wisdom Recorder, your knowledge source. Subscribe and like for more content. Keep winning.